Hi Overland Expo community, my name is Rachael Elsman and we're going to be doing yoga from the passenger seat. Now my videographer has informed me that actually filming yoga from the passenger seat of our bus is going to be a little more challenging. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to take this outside and we're going to do yoga from the Helinox chair, but know that all of this can actually be done from the passenger seat of your vehicle. Alright, now that we've moved outside, let's go ahead and get started. So with any good yoga practice, we want to go ahead and kind of just get in the mindset that we are going to be doing some movement and we are going to focus on our bodies. So get in just to a nice, comfortable, easy seat. And let's start really noticing and focusing on our breathing. And a way that I really like to do this is to go ahead and put a hand on the chest and a hand on the belly. And as you inhale, feel how those inhales just really fill up your chest and kind of puff out your belly. And then as you're exhaling, notice that the stomach comes in and the chest kind of relaxes. And take just a minute to really feel the movement of the breath on your body. All right, let's dive in. So to make this a little bit easier to remember, if you want to do this later on, is we're going to start at the top of our body and we're going to work all the way down to the toes. So the first thing that we want to do is work on the neck and the shoulders. I know that as we start to drive on those long days, about halfway through the day, I'll realize that my shoulders are pinned up against my ears. Who knows what it is from, but go ahead and just relax your shoulders. Give them a little bit of a movement and really feel them just kind of sink down away from your ears. And then we're going to do some gentle neck rotations. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, just look over that right shoulder. Deep breath in, come back to center. And exhale, look out over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, look out over the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look out over the left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Now that we've warmed the neck up just a little bit, let's give it a little deeper stretch. So this time, on the exhales, go ahead and just start to lean your ear towards your shoulder and maybe even look up just a little bit. But as you do this, you should feel a really good stretch in the side of your neck. Inhale. On the exhale, move the left ear towards the left shoulder. And again, remember, shoulders are relaxed. The ear is moving towards the shoulder, not the shoulder coming up to the ear. Inhale, back to center. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. I'm feeling that one. It feels good today. Exhale and bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. And last thing here, let's do a couple really big circles. The way that I like to remember this is your nose has a little pencil and you are drawing the biggest circles that you can. So go ahead and draw those big circles with your nose. And then let's maybe go the other direction. And back to center. All right. Okay, so we've started relaxing the shoulders, but let's go ahead and give them some extra movement here. Begin rolling your shoulders forward. And it may feel a little silly, but really over-dramatize this movement. And then take those shoulder rolls backward and really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up the chest with this. Get a little goofy if you feel like it. Okay. Let's move down to the arms just a little bit. Arms and lower torso work nicely together. Let's take our right arm and reach for the back of your chair and take the left arm and just bring it to the right knee. Now your hands, really just use those as support. Don't jerk on your body with this motion. We want the twist to engage from the torso, so twisting from that navel, and you should feel it in your lower back as you're twisting. Don't wrench the shoulders, but make the movement come from the torso. And here, let's just do a nice gentle twist. And if you feel that you would like to stretch deeper into the twists, take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, twist just a little bit further. All right, go ahead and leave the arms where they're at. Keep hold of the back of your chair with your right arm and begin to bring your shoulders and your chest forward. And as you do this, you should begin to feel a really good stretch that opens up the front part of the shoulder, even into the chest a little bit. We'll just hold this for a couple good breaths. Now I realize not every car has this much headroom, but go ahead and bring that right arm and stretch it as big as you can up and over and bring it to cross over to your left knee. Arm should be crossed at this point in time. And then give yourself a really big bear hug. We know it's been a long couple of weeks, so just give yourself a nice comforting hug. And then from here, we're going to move into eagle arms. So keeping arms crossed, bring back of your hands together. And if this is comfortable and you're okay here, maybe even flip the hands where you're grabbing palm to palm. And as you do this, you should feel the shoulder blades begin to separate and get a really good stretch in the back. If this is still easy and you're not really feeling the stretch, start to lift your arms ever so slightly. And you will reach a point where that stretch becomes as much as you want. All right, let's release. Shake the arms out a little bit if you want. Take a couple deep breaths in. Push the air out. Let's move over to the other side. Left arm comes to the back of the chair. And remember, as we do this, we are twisting from the torso and the navel region, kind of lower back. We don't want to wrench the shoulders. Right hand is on the left knee, and it's just a gentle twist. And to move deeper into the twists, do so on the exhales. Deep breaths in, and then exhale, and if you're up to it, twist a little bit more. Keep your hands where they're at. Go ahead and take a nice good grip with your left hand. Begin to straighten forward and bring your chest back to the center. And as you do this, again, we're feeling that stretch in the shoulder. Take the left arm, reach it as high up as you can, up and over, and bring it down to the right knee. Give ourselves another really big hug. I needed 2 today. And into eagle arms on the opposite side. Back of hands meet, or go ahead and flip them over for the full expression. This pose right here can be really fun if you are actually driving. You get to work on your core and your balancing as you're moving all over the car. But if you're in a stationary seat, it just is a nice stretch. And release. All right, let's get a little goofy here. We're going to move into a cat-cow variation that works while you're in your chair. So let's take a deep breath in, and then an exhale. And on this next inhale, bring those shoulder blades back to touch and really puff out your chest. As awkward as this may feel sitting down right now, exaggerate that to where your chest puffs out. And then as we go into the exhale, round the shoulders, maybe even clasp the hands together and reach back and stretch out that upper back. And big exhale here. Inhale, puff the chest out. And exhale, round the shoulders, arms come forward. Inhale. And last big exhale here. And let's just hold for a minute. And if you feel some extra movement that you need, release. All right, your challenge move for the day. If you so choose and you've got enough room in your seat, maybe even scoot forward a little bit. Take the hands and clasp them behind you and bring them down as far as you can, again, opening up the chest. Here it is. Lean forward and bring up the arms as high as you can. And release. Okay, now that we've got our upper body nice and kind of loose and you can feel some movement back in it, let's work on the legs a little bit. Go ahead and lean back. Take your right knee and just bring it up and squeeze it up to your chest. And then from here, a couple of variations that you can try. Go ahead and take your right arm and just kind of gently twist that leg. And if this really isn't, you're not feeling that stretch in the side, cross your leg over and then twist wherever it feels comfortable. So right here is good for me. You should feel that outer right hip begin to stretch and get some flexibility there. And then keeping the leg crossed, put your right ankle over the top of the left knee. And then begin to gradually lean forward. And this should take the stretch that we just did and deepen it just a little bit. So you should really be able to feel your hip flexor. Make any minor adjustments that you may need. And come back up. Go ahead and try this on the other side. Lean back, get nice and comfortable. Left knee comes up to the chest. Then let's get some more of the twist in. So if this is all you need to feel the stretch, then great. If not, cross that leg over. We'll readjust. Left ankle goes onto the right knee. Deep breath, and on the exhale, begin to lean forward until you feel the hip flexor begin to stretch. This may be one of my favorites because I feel like sitting down, the hip flexors are an area that really needs some attention by the end of the day. They just tend to get kind of crunched up, and doing this every so often on those long drive days or maybe days that you're sitting in your chair for a while, this one just kind of re-engages and brings some awareness back to that area. All right, and sit back up. Hamstrings are one of the hardest ones, and this is probably going to depend on how much room you've got in front of you. Go ahead and put your right leg up and flex that foot. Reach down for the toe. Hold, and then let's release. So from here, let's also extend that leg again and do some point and flex. Point, flex. Release the legs. You're probably getting a little bit of workout in the quad here too. Let's grab for that hamstring one more time. And release. Let's move to the other side. Left leg comes up, flexing your foot. Reach for the hamstring. And release. Left foot comes up. Do a little more point, flex, point, flex, release. Give the quad just a second. And reach for the hamstring, or reach for the toe to stretch that hamstring one more time. And release. Last little bit here for the ankles. I'm going to lift my leg up so you can see it. You do not have to lift your leg this high, barely off the ground. Just begin to roll the ankle. Maybe change directions after a couple. Release it back down. Let's move to the other side. A couple of ankle rolls. And release. And let's just take a minute here in Shavasana to really just enjoy all of the movements that we've done for our body and just kind of reflect on all of the good things that we've done. So go ahead and take a nice, easy seat, relax. If you're all right with it and comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes, and let's just take a minute and feel how different our body feels now than it did several minutes ago whenever we started this practice. Thanks everybody for joining along on passenger seat yoga, even though we did it outside in a chair. That's all right. Hopefully we see everybody out there really soon. Can't wait to get back on the road.
And hopefully we see you out there.